Hello everyone, we are Maxinic. I am Aisha Fatin Harina, and these are my teammates Albert Frank, Renshuki, Shafika Damia, and Muhammad Adib. Today, we are going to present our project, which is titled Infectious Disease and Non-Infectious Disease.
A disease is an abnormal condition of body or mind that causes discomfort, difficulty to function, or stress to an individual. Disease can be classified into namely infectious disease and non-infectious disease.
Our next topic is about two types of disease, infectious disease and non-infectious disease. These two categories are different in their cause and how they spread. Infectious disease, a disease that can be transmitted from one individual to another, caused by infection of pathogens like bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites, directly or through mediums and vectors. For the example, flu, malaria, and others. Next, non-infectious disease, a disease that cannot be transmitted from one individual to another, caused by genetic factors and lifestyle choice. For example, cancer, hypertension, and others.
Let's talk about how are infectious disease spread. Infectious disease are spread by pathogens, the organism that cause disease. And for your information, all virus, some bacteria, protozoa, fungi, and worms are pathogens.
Next, airborne disease. There are two ways airborne disease are transmitted through droplet transmission and dust transmission. Droplet transmission. Pentagon containing droplets spreads from the mouth and nose of an infected person through sneezing, coughing, talking, yawning, or breathing. Meanwhile, dust transmissions. Bacteria in the spit, saliva of an infected person dry up and form spores which are spread together with the dust in the air.
Let us talk about airborne disease can be prevented by practicing these following ways, including covering your mouth and nose while sneezing, coughing, or yawning. Plus, do not split anyway, coupled with avoid being in crowded place, and lastly, is ensure the living place get enough light, such as ultraviolet rays can kill certain microorganisms on the air.
Next, I will talk about waterborne disease. What is waterborne disease? Waterborne disease is infection through water usually happens in areas with inadequate water supply and poor sanitation. For instance, when someone uses a toilet built over the river, facial pathogens enter the river and pollute the river. Other than inadequate water supply and poor sanitation, floods can also spread infection disease.
Moving forward, let's we talk about among the diseases that are transmitted through water include cholera, typhoid, and amoebic dysentery. Infection of disease through water can be prevented by these following ways. One of them are add chlorine into swimming pool and water supply system. Second, boil drinking water properly. Third is build toilets with good sanitation. And the last one is wash your hand with soap after using toilets. Now, I will focus on infections that spread through contact. Examples include ringworm and tinea, which can be passed from one person to another. Some diseases like syphilis and gonorrhea spread through sexual contact. And the HIV virus, which causes AIDS, can spread not only through sexual intercourse, but also through blood and sharing syringes among drug users.
Let's move forward to infection of disease through vector. Some pathogens are transmitted from one host to another new host through animals. Animals that transmit this pathogen are called vectors. For example, a cockroach is a vector. It can carry the germ Salmonella typhi, which causes typhoid fever. So, vectors like cockroaches can spread dangerous disease to humans.
The next point we will discuss is how do vectors spread disease? Mosquito and fly are the two vectors that spread numerous infectious disease. First, a mosquito that already has pathogen in its salivary glands sucks the blood of an infected person. Second, the mosquito secretes saliva when sucking the blood to prevent blood clotting, when infectious spreads throughout the body of the person. And last is another mosquito that bite the infected person transmitted disease to another victim.
Now, we've come to the end, which our last slide is talk about how flies spread disease through contaminated food. Firstly, a fly that lands on dirt has pentagon on its legs and body. Secondly, the fly transmits the pentagons to the food. And lastly, the pentagons enter the body of the person who eats the contaminated food.